Bengals can clinch a playoff berth with a win. Patriots still holding on to hope. Patriots coming off one of the most bizarre endings to a football game we have ever seen. Pete, they were your biggest loser this week in your power rankings, and you say they're in big, big trouble for this game.
Well, I mean, let's blame somebody for this. Let's blame
You've
Bill
been waiting
Belichick.
for this moment.
Bill Belichick,
Here,
you're the
take your
coach.
moment to blame
the guy's
Bill
the
Belichick.
greatest coach in the history of the National Football League, and he doesn't have his team ready to handle that situation? Are you kidding me? And everybody wants to blame Jacoby Myers, and that's okay. You can blame him.
You can blame him. Ramondre Stevenson pitched it too.
Okay, so that's what I mean. There were two pitches, two throws.
Here's the reality of the play, okay? I don't care what the players said after the game. They were taking care of their coaches. They were coached to do that, all right? I would imagine at some point, Matt Patricia, someone said, look, we're running the football. If you get stopped, so be it. We go into overtime. If you get into plus territory, start pitching it around, try to make a play out of it.
I doubt it. You think they told him to do that?
I think 100% that it was communicated to them to do that. Why would a player do that?
If
you're running an inside zone play like that, you're usually signaling we're trying to end the game.
Right.
And all of a sudden you run 30 yards down the field to look to pitch the ball?
Why wouldn't they take a knee in that scenario?
I don't know.
It's bad coaching, period.
Here's the reality, too, of the situation is when you have Tom Brady as your quarterback, you don't get faced with many situations where you go into it and you feel like you need to make a desperate move. A, they should have thrown a Hail Mary in the first place if they wanted to take a shot. And then B, if you have Tom Brady, you're either coming back on a 2-minute drive to try to end it in regulation or at least get a field goal. It's almost like now that they don't have Tom Brady, you start to see some of the situational awareness not play out the same way it did when Tom was there with Bill.
Bill Belichick's the greatest coach in the world, right? He's arguably the best coach who's ever coached the game. He had 4th and Jackass up in Indianapolis way back in the day. He had when one time he needed Brady to move around a little bit before he took a knee at the end of a playoff game, and he burned the clock and he didn't burn it enough. He punted to the middle of the field once at the end of the game in the playoff game. They all make mistakes. That just goes to show you they're not all perfect. Everybody thinks, oh, these guys are coaches. They know everything. No, they don't. He made a mistake. He cost his team a game. Period.
You know who does know everything, though? Pete Prisco.
I know if I was coaching my guy, I wouldn't have done that. I would have taken a knee and gone to overtime.
And Pete can admit, we've had him before, when he has made a wrong call or mistake or
yes.
a misjudgment.
Just because he can't, he doesn't think I can.
That might be true. What is your judgment on this game? Bengals at Patriots. Bengals favored by 3.5 on the road.
I think those are the kind of losses that demoralize a team. Ooh. And I really think they're demoralized. I'm worried about the injuries on the defense for the Bengals, but they can't be stopped on offense by that defense. They're going to go up and down the field. Burrow has a big day. The Bengals are rolling. I'll lay the points.
Curious to see how Burrow does against a Bill Belichick coach defense. And just in Foxborough, too, it makes it a little more difficult. We'll see what the weather looks like. Maybe warm than Chicago, but still doesn't look like great weather to be tossing the football around.
Like a high of 24.
Yeah, and it's not so much the temperature. It's more about the wind. I mean, that's the biggest thing you're looking for at this time of year. So we'll see what that looks like. It's the hook for me. If this was at 3, I'd probably be on the other side with UP, but 3.5 at this point. I'm going to go ahead and take those points in the home underdog. Obviously, the Patriots have been tough to beat at home throughout the course of Bill Belichick's tenure there. And I do think you see signs, too, of the offense finding kind of its identity. It's late in the season, and it's been a struggle for Matt Patricia.
That's an identity.
Well, at times it's looked that way, and especially the way they ended the game it did. But
back-to-back roadies for the Bengals, though.
That is. It's usually something that Pete would utilize.
Yeah.
It's his thing, not mine, so I'm not going to use it. But, again, I had a better week last week, so the record speak for itself.
You know what? You didn't have a better year last year, and for most of this year,
that's all hearsay.
You start bragging.
That's all hearsay. Jack has not actually confirmed that.
No, that's true.
And this is why I don't actually need to be here for the show, because you guys could do it by yourselves, but I am here. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.